Hey everyone, it's Trevor with eTrailer. Today we're going to be doing an overview and an installation of the CURT Class II Receiver on our 2016 Subaru Outback Wagon. Now generally what you're going to be using the receiver for is going to be for bike racks, cargo accessories, and even potentially some towing opportunities you may have. Now this is going to be a Class II, so it's going to be a 1 1/4 by 1 1/4 inch hitch. It's going to have a nice durable gloss black powder coating on it. Now this hitch is going to use a standard 1/2 inch hitch pin. If you don't have one, you can pick one up here, and even a lot of the accessories that we carry on our websites will also come with hitch pins. Now onto the safety chain loops. It looks like this S-hook design plus our clevis hook is going to have a pretty easy time fitting in there. So if you are towing and you're using those styles of safety chains, you don't have to worry about them fitting. And this also is going to have a tongue weight of 350 pounds and a gross trailer weight rating of 3,500 pounds. Now in getting some measurements here, noting we are on a lift here, so we will be taking that into account with these measurements. So currently we have 14.5 inches of ground clearance on this. And then from our hitch pin hole to the outside of our bumper, we are looking at a little over 1.5 inches. So if you have any folding accessories or you plan on towing, you're not gonna have to worry about that hitting the back of your bumper. Now the installation on this is pretty cut and dry. You'll have to do a little bit of trimming and a little bit of drilling, but it's honestly not too bad. But if you don't feel comfortable doing that, you can always use our dealer locator tool to find a shop near you that would be able to do that. But if I've convinced you to go ahead and give it a try yourself, well, we can jump into that installation. To begin our installation, we're gonna start by taking off these rubber hangers. Now while we're removing this is to reach up to this heat shielding above our muffler. We're just gonna trim that out because where our holes are gonna be located is one here, and then we're gonna drill one about there on the frame where that heat shielding is actually located at. Now to remove the hangers, you can grab a pry bar or a flathead screwdriver, and you're just gonna work it off slowly all the way back, and you'll have to reach up to the top here too because you're gonna detach this fully from the top and the bottom. So I got the top to pop off without having to worry about popping the bottom off, so we're just gonna leave it like that so that when we go to reinstall this later, it's a little bit easier on us. Now I went ahead and put a cam buckle strap here and here just to allow this to fall down without it just falling down willy-nilly on us. We can kind of control it by loosening up the strap or tightening it up however we need to. Now we're going to use our strap here to lower the exhaust to where we would want it to sit. So about right there should be fine. And then we're going to take a 10mm socket and we're going to remove the bolts here that are holding up our heat shield. Looks like we have 4 in total on this side. Now we're going to go ahead and trim our heat shielding according to the instructions, and this is just to make it so that the hitch will actually fit flat against the frame whenever we bolt it up. Now today we're using 10 snips, but you can use whatever cutting tool you have at home, such as a Dremel or a multi-tool. Now once we have that cut out, we're just going to take a file and file down any of these rough edges. Now we reinstalled our heat shield, and we did lose 2 of the attachment points for it, but that's alright. We sell the back 2 and we have access to these rubber plugs now. So we'll go ahead and take a pick tool and get those popped out of place. We're going to go to the forwardmost hole towards the front of the vehicle, and we're going to take a burr bit, or you can do a hand file or any sort of cutting tool like that, and just kind of grind out this hole until our hardware fits into place. We'll be using this to fish in our hardware for our 2 attachment points. Now you'll need it total enlarged about 1.25 inches. Once you have it opened up, what you'll take is some rust resistant spray paint, and you'll just cover up those bare metal edges. What we're going to do is take our fish wire and put it in through the hole, And I put a slight bend in it just to make it a little bit easier, and then we'll fish it up until we can feel it up here. And once this pops through, we'll take and put some hardware on that and push it through the hole. All right, after we got the carriage bolt threaded on, we'll take our spacer block, and I would recommend holding the other end of our pull wire, and we'll fish this up into place first. And once that's up in the frame, we will then take our carriage bolt and slide that into place as well. And then we'll pull this all the way down to the end here, and wiggle that around and it pops out. All right, now we're gonna take and get an extra set of hands. I got Ian here, and we'll take our fish wire and put a slight bend in it and put it through the holes and then lift the hitch up into place. We'll take the fish wire off and we'll unthread it so that we can use that for the rear bolts as well. We'll leave the bolt on there hand tight as to leave the hitch on so we can use the other hole as a template to draw out where we're going to drill the next hole. And once we have that ready to go, we'll take a 1/2-inch drill bit and place it in about the center of that slot, and it'll start to slowly mark out a hole. And once again, we're just going to touch up those bare metal edges on the hitch now and on our vehicle. And we're going to fish wire the hardware, same combination as previously, the holes that we just drilled out here. And just like before, we're going to thread on our nut, hand tight, and we'll come back, snug them all down, and torque both sides down as well. And we're going to use that same 3/4 inch socket and come back and torque it to the specifications and outlined in the instructions. And after we have all that torqued down, we're going to go ahead and put the exhaust back up in the reverse order we took it off in. And after you've done that, you've completed your installation. And that was an overview and installation of our CURT Class II Receiver on the back of our 2016 Subaru Outback Wagon. My name's Trevor, and thank you for watching.